We're out here playtesting the Wilson Intrigue Pros. Come see how these stylish shoes performed on court.
This Wilson Intrigue Pro is the second shoe in the Intrigue line that I've got to try, and this one fit my foot a little bit better. The Intrigue Tours are a little bit narrow for my wide feet, and the Intrigue Pro definitely has a wider fit in the forefoot, and my feet fit in there nicely. I do have to say though, I did opt to go down a half size. They were fitting in my true size a little bit long, and I found that going down a half size was a perfect for me in length and width. Underfoot, these are super comfortable shoes. There's loads of cushioning just standing here when I'm running, whatever it is, I really feel that cushioned feel underfoot. The uppers are also nice and soft and very accommodating. I also found them to be somewhat breathable. They're not going to feel like sandals, of course, but my feet never felt overheated in these shoes. I also enjoyed them when I was playing doubles. However, when I started moving aggressively, if I were playing a singles match, I did find that the uppers weren't quite stiff enough for my feet, and they were allowing my feet to slide from side to side, so I wasn't feeling super secure when I was moving aggressively. However, again, like I said, great for doubles, and these shoes are super comfortable, so I'll be keeping these around for light hits as well as the gym.
I was also on the playtest of the Intrigue Tour, and it is one of my favorite shoes to date this year, so I'm excited to see how this Intrigue Pro performs. I'm gonna echo a lot of what Tiffani said, although I have a very different foot type than her. I have the narrow, skinny foot, and so when I slipped these shoes on, I found I had lots of extra room, both width and lengthwise. I actually played with my true size 8 for a couple hours before I realized they were just way too big for me. So I went back and opted to size down a half size and had a much better fit and a much better play test going forward. In terms of comfort, I thought this was a highlight of the shoe. There was no break-in period. I was able to head straight down to the court. I also found nice plush cushioning underfoot as well as around the ankle collar and the tongue. The upper is nice and soft and really supple and kind of bends and flexes well. Another highlight of the play test for me was the weight. It is a lightweight shoe for me, and it is actually a little bit lighter than the Intrigue Tour, so I was able to move and flex nicely within the shoe. Now, when it came to durability, I actually play tested 2 different pairs, as I mentioned, in the different sizes. So I got about 5+ hours on each, so 10+ hours total. And looking at the outsole, seeing no premature wear, so great in that aspect. If I had one negative, it would be very similar to Tiff's. I had a lot of extra room in that toe box. It was very, very roomy, and my foot was not being held in place within the shoe. So when I was moving aggressively, specifically side to side, my foot was moving within the shoe. I also would have liked a little bit better locked in feel around the heel. So overall, I really love the look of these shoes. I love the comfort of these shoes. They just don't offer enough support and stability for my needs, but great for casual hitting or doubles.
Having tested the Wilson Intrigue Tour recently, I was really excited to see how this new Wilson Intrigue Pro compares. One of the highlights for me with the Tour was its amazing comfort levels. And honestly, I felt the exact same when it comes to the Wilson Intrigue Pro. When I first put them on, you can right away feel that incredible cushioning underfoot. It was so plush and so comfortable. All throughout the playtest, I probably have about 20 hours. There was never a moment when I felt uncomfortable. I didn't see any wear on the outsole, barely any on the upper, just top-notch, 0 complaints over there. I also enjoyed how much I felt nice low to the ground. The shoe was also super light. So all in all, it was exactly what I'm looking for in a shoe, which is lightweight, comfort, and speed. There was an issue when I first put these shoes on, which was I realized that my normal size is a size 9. That shoe just felt a bit too big for me. I felt like my feet were swimming. So just like the other playtesters, I think they were mentioned as well, I had to go down about half a size to feel a bit more locked in, which helped a little bit, but unfortunately, I never really felt locked in enough. So in the end, when it comes to support, the upper was just not holding me up enough. And because of this, I felt a bit of lack of confidence moving around and to play my game really. So I had to kind of tone down on my aggressive steps and kind of move a bit more careful. The shoe didn't really need any break-in time at all. I think it was good to go right away. And I think all in all, this will be an amazing option for somebody who is looking for a lightweight, comfortable, speedy shoe. Maybe just not the best one for someone who is a bit more aggressive when it comes to footwork like me. So I feel like this would be a great option for coaching or going to the gym or some light hitting.
So it definitely took some adjusting time to play with this new Wilson Intrigue Pro. I was very happy that Wilson came out with the women's lines, with their Intrigue series. I had a chance to try out the Intrigue Tour, and the Intrigue Pros were a very different game. I first want to start with the fit of the shoe. The shoe did run a little too big for my feet. Even though I went half a size down, I still felt like the toe box was very wide, but it's actually kind of a good thing because I know a couple of women especially look for wider toe boxes because women's shoes tend to be way too narrow for them. However, even though I went half a size down on the shoe, I still felt like it lacked a lot of support and stability. My feet were moving around too much in them. The upper part of the shoe, it's very soft, and even though it doesn't cause any pain, it still lacks that support and stability, which are the most important things I look for in the shoe. In terms of cushion, the shoe was actually very comfortable right from the start. I didn't need any break-in time to start playing in them, but like I mentioned before, I did have to adjust my movement because I was a little afraid to move in them. But for coaching, they worked out really great, especially when I had to stand for very long periods of time. I didn't experience any pain whatsoever. This is definitely not my favorite shoe that I tried in the last couple of months, but if you are a player that is looking for a wider option and values comfortable over anything, this is a great option to try out. Thank you for watching this video, guys. For more information on this shoe or any others, please go to our websites, Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, and Tennis Only.